everyone. Welcome back to Sunset Wildlife Connections YouTube vlog channel. My name is Margaret. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. We are an exotic animal rescue and community outreach program. So we rescue exotic animals and then we turn them into ambassadors for their species. And we do educational... He's being goofy. We do educational encounters with the animals. So today we are going to be doing something exciting. We have some new animals here at Sunset Wildlife Connection. This is Oreo. Hi, Bubba. So he is one of our newest additions. So we're going to go around. We're going to talk about all of the animals that are new. And then we will talk a little bit more about quarantine, actually, because quarantine is really important when you're getting new animals, and especially if you already have animals on property or if you have animals of the similar species, it is really, really important to quarantine, and we're going to talk a little bit more about why. So this video is actually going to be kind of a three-parter, actually. So this first part is going to be meeting the new animals and the quarantine process. And then after that, we are going to actually introduce a lot of these guys today. Actually, we've actually had these guys for a little over 2 weeks now. So we're going to introduce them to our guys now that quarantine is over. And you guys are going to get to see that whole process. And then the third part of the video is actually going to be getting a couple more animals. So I'm actually going to show you the process of us getting the animals, transporting the animals, and putting the animals in their new homes. And then again, we will discuss a little bit more with the quarantine process. So this is going to be a three-parter, but this part one is going to be meeting all of our new guys, including this little pumpkin. This is Oreo. Oreo and a lot of the animals you're going to see today all came from another facility. One of our friends in the area, she kind of does a lot of dog training, but she also has an exotic animal program as well. So she has a bunch of animals, but she has some stuff going on. So she needed some help for about 3 months. So mosquito. So what we're going to actually do is we're helping her out. So she is giving us a couple of her animals as part of a trade payment. So then we can watch some of her animals for her for a couple months while she has other endeavors going on. So we're going to talk about which animals are ours and which animals are on the loan. And then we're going to talk, if you guys want me to, I can talk a little bit more about what a loan would look like for exotic animals like this. I actually have a degree in legal studies. That's what my bachelor's is in. So I am very familiar with writing contracts. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about what would be in an animal contract for a loan, this isn't a breeding loan, but that happens a lot in zoos, is breeding loans. And then as well as, you know, this loan that we're talking about where you might need an animal for an exhibit, or like in our situation, we're watching animals for a friend. So it is a little bit different than just like your normal pet sitter or like pet sitting. It is a little bit more detailed just because you have two different companies, one involved and not just two people. And then as well as there is our exotic animals. A lot of the ones you're going to see today are a little bit more on the domestic side, but we are also getting some more exotics, which you guys will see in part 3. So this is Oreo. He is a Nigerian and a pygmy cross. You can tell because he's got those little gullets. But he has some health issues. So if you guys kind of look, you can kind of see his flaky skin. And I've been giving him some coconut oil just to see if that helps at all. He is pretty itchy, and then you can kind of see he's got like some watery eyes, some goopy eyes. But when we do part 2, we're going to introduce him to the girls, which right now we're in a quarantine pen in the back, but it's right backed up to the woods, where the girls, I'm going to try to show you, are way over there in that, which there is some trees, but we're not like in the tree line. Ow! He's standing on me. Ow! You're so weird. Yeah, you're so weird. He's like, you're not paying attention to me anymore. Good thing I'm wearing pants. That would have hurt really bad if I was wearing shorts. Yeah, it would have hurt really bad. Oh, you're so sweet, though. So you can see he had, again, really bad allergies. So we're hoping that maybe he'll be able to fight off the allergies while he's here at Sunset Wildlife Connection. If he doesn't, unfortunately, he will probably go back with his other caretaker because she really, really loved him. He is, you can see he's such a sweet goat. He likes to just kind of curl up in your lap and stay with you. So he is really, really sweet. So he will go back to her if he does not do well here and he still has allergies. But obviously if he doesn't have allergies here, this would definitely be a better home for him. So we'll kind of go from there. So if you guys just watched our outside animal tour video, if you haven't, I'll put a link in the description so that you guys can go over there and watch that. If you did watch that, then you know we have chickens. So we have the 5 chickens. We've got one girl back here and then the rest are right here. So we have them, and this is still our quarantine area. We've been waiting to build a bigger coop, but we have a couple other projects going on first, which I'm going to show you guys as well in a couple videos here in a couple weeks. But we also got more chickens, so let's go say hi. Okay, so this is our other quarantine. Our chickens are over here. We have our other quarantine chickens. So again, there is 5 more. So there's 4 right here. There's likely 1 up here laying an egg. So they were on dewormer for the last 2 weeks. So it is time that they are ready to come out now. It's been about 2.5 weeks. I feel very safe with them. They have seen no worms. I've seen no other health or medical issues. So what we're gonna do in part 2 is we're gonna actually introduce these chickens to our chickens. Now you can see we're in, there's like a area, like perimeter going all the way around this enclosure. And I have let these guys out into the wider open space in the perimeter. So that's probably what we're gonna do when we introduce everybody for quarantine purposes. Now next, pigeons. So there's 8 pigeons in here. Only 3 of them are ours, and then 3 of them are going to be hers that we're watching for her. And again, this is our friend who had the goat. She had 10 chickens. She gave us half so that she has a little bit more manageable of a flock. Again, she had a lot more pigeons that she was able to rehome, but she wanted to keep 5. We took on 3 so that we can actually do some really cool hand pigeon behaviors for not just birthdays, but for weddings and other events that we have. So that is the plan with the pigeons. We're gonna actually start separating them. We're gonna move them up into the encounter center next to our parrots. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can watch the outside animal tour where I show you what the encounter center is and all of the parrots. So they're gonna move up there. We're gonna separate our 3 so that we can actually start training them. They're on a free fed diet, which means that they're getting fed as much as they want to. So because they're on a free fed, we can't train them. So we'll pull ours, we'll start weighing out their seed, weighing them themselves, and then going from there. I have a couple other animals to show you, but I really wanted to talk really quick first about quarantine. So quarantine is really important. What happened was the pigeons were all dewormed right before they were put into the crates, before they transported here. And the next morning there were worms everywhere. They were dead worms, but there was poop and worms all over all the pigeons. I had to wash all of them off. It was a whole thing. So we were on a strict quarantine process. So what I was doing is I had specific tools that I was using only for quarantine animals. You can see this bath right here. So let me show you. So I had this flipped over, and then I poured a little bit of bleach and then a little bit of water. And if whatever shoes anybody was in after you were done with the quarantine animals, you would just step in and then step out, so that all of the bottom of your shoes were bleached and cleaned and you knew that you were not spreading diseases. So again, super important to make sure that you are not spreading disease. I was actually dipping my tools in that bleach bath as well. Sorry, I don't know what she's talking about over there. What? Again, so quarantine is really important. I wouldn't want to just put these girls in with my girls. One, I want them to settle in. They were all living together. I want them to have a nice settled, moving through without just being thrown in with other animals. So I want them to get settled as well. And then again, we don't want to be spreading diseases. If these guys had worms and I put them right in with my chickens, then my chickens would more than likely get worms. So if there is some kind of a problem, it's easier to it's easier to handle it if they are quarantined, and you just have to handle this half of your flock and not like all the others. So same thing with the goat. I wanted to separate the goat for a while. I actually vaccinated our girls. I dewormed him. So lots of dewormer, lots of, I've contacted my vet, letting her know that she knows that we have new animals on property as well. So there's lots of different things that we have to do. We also have to contact USDA, which we have permitting through them and licensing through them. And, once everybody's settled and good, I have to contact them and let them know that I'm adding more mammals and birds to our list. So there's lots of different things when it comes to getting new animals and quarantining animals. So again, make sure you guys are liking and following, subscribing to our channel so that you guys can get part 2, where we actually introduce our chickens together. We're gonna move the pigeons as well as the goat. So make sure you guys are subscribed for part 2. So next we have guinea pigs. We have 4 guinea pigs here. I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but I'll go through, and when I do the edits, I will put in all of their names. I believe that this one is actually Penny. So there's 4 in here. So these 2 are sisters, you can tell from the color. And then these 2 are sisters. Oh, there's one. Where's our other one? Oh, she's hiding way back here. So this girl has no eyes. Where'd the other one go? Oh, this one only has 1 eye. So they are also sisters. They were bred at a facility, and the facility was gonna put them down, and the girl that we got them from was like, no, please give them to me, I'll take them. So she was able to take them in. They are really, really cute and super sweet. Can you believe they've already been cleaned today too? That's wild. But they are officially out of quarantine as well. A clean bill of health. They looked real good. Everything looks real good. No clumpy poops. No, nothing like that. They are really sweet. You can see all of this fun like newspaper and stuff in here. They are going to start doing encounters though. They were doing encounters with her at her facility. So they're going to start doing encounters out here as well. Now we are in our encounter center. She had them living outside, so we're just gonna keep them living outside. They were here for quarantine, but I don't think I'm gonna change anything. We're just changing their towel once a day. They technically will only be here for a couple months, so if we were to keep them or something like that, we would get them a larger enclosure. But since they're only here temporarily, this space works for them. And again, we'll get them out now that they're done with quarantine, and they'll start doing encounters, as well as maybe we'll take them out and have them do some grazing and stuff like that. Oh, you're so sweet for cleaning. That's so sweet. They're so cute. Last but not least, we have Rio here. He is a bearded dragon. Rio actually was with us previously, but we had a lot of bearded dragons, so she didn't have a lot of reptiles, so we were able to trade some parrots because we needed some more birds, and then we gave her Rio. We gave her the whole setup and everything, so we're just retaking care of him. I actually took him out for a birthday the other day, and he was okay. It's kind of breeding season right now for these guys, so he can be a little bit wild, but once we fed him his worms at the birthday party, he was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this part 1 of our new animals. In the next video, you guys are going to see part 2, which is going to be introducing the animals to their new friends. So we have the goat is going to go in with the goats, and then the chickens will also get put together. And then I'm going to also take the pigeons, put them on the encounter center next to the parrots. And then I am going to separate our 3 so that we can start working with the 3 that we have so that we can start their training. And then the other 5, we will just wait and hold on the loan program. So we're gonna go over all of that, and I'm gonna show you that whole process, and then we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, put a comment below, and share, of course, as well as subscribe. Make sure your notifications are turned on though, so that you will get notified when we post our part 2. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.